Hello, everyone. Today is the day that we're going to be talking about some superhero movies today because it is Superhero Saturday. Every Saturday, it is Superhero Day. So today is the day that we'll be talking about. Actually, kind of like a fun thing to talk about because the couple like last week I thought of let's think of something kind of fun for Superhero Saturday, and today we'll be making all 36 of them. All the superhero movies that I've watched from the year of 2018 all the way up to 2023. And yes, this is all 36 of them that I've watched throughout the years and thought this could be a fun one to talk about. So, welcome to But's Real Reviews. So, let's get started on the bottom of the list 36. So, I picked out X-Men Dark Phoenix because that it was a big disappointment because the story was a bit rushed. The story itself was probably far not bad for an X-Men movie, but it was okay in my point of view of a X-Men movie because there was some fun action sequence that I did like a little bit. Like the dream battle was insane, but it was like a rush throughout the whole film to make it to end the Young Mutants saga. But itself, it was okay. The story itself was wacky, a little bit went off script a little bit, but it went back into the story. So that's why it's on the bottom of the list. For 35, I chose The Eternals because when I first saw this movie and again last year, like I thought I would fall in love with the story and the movie. And I did just a little bit because this actually involved with the Celestials, all this beings being on Earth, all these years, and never got involved with the whole MCU characters like the Avengers because that's the thing, they gonna get involved with the Avengers because they'll cause conflict through the whole story. But the movie itself, it wasn't that bad of a story, but it was a bit kind of cool to see a lot of characters. So yes, for kicking up for number 34, it is The Marvels. When I first saw this movie last year, because I thought this movie could be fun, but was a bit fun because we have all the female lead heroes. Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, we have Monica Rambeau, and we have Miss Marvel. And yes, these characters was actually from the shows of Miss Marvel and WandaVision and Captain Marvel from the movie. Like this movie itself was decent because it's something that takes place beyond with the Secret Invasion show that came out last year. And this movie itself was okay. The villain was decent. It wasn't the best big villain for this movie because it was like I don't know how to explain it because it's like kind of like a weird superhero movie, but it was okay. But number 33 is actually Wonder Woman 1984. And that's it. That's not much to talk about because this movie wasn't as bad. But it was a decent film. I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, but this movie itself was a bit like complex to the story arc of Wonder Woman trying to connect with this all the DC heroes. But Wonder Woman 1984, we have Maxwell Lord, Cheetah. Like, they should have put in a good villain, not two villains. But yes. But number 32 is actually Captain Marvel. This movie was somehow really involved with the Kree Empire and the Skrulls, somehow to be on Earth, to be invisible to the Marvel heroes. Like this movie, you have the young version of Nick Fury and Phil Coulson, and throughout this whole film, it was cool. The story was decent, but yeah, it was an alright movie. For number 31, it is actually Black Widow. And yes, movie took so long to come out because it's supposed to come out of the 2020, but it got delayed to the year later of 2021. Like this movie was delayed more than once. And I wish this movie should have came out during the time being of Civil War, of Captain America. Then the story will connected to the MCU. But this movie came out late, but it was like not bad of a movie because we have Natasha Romanoff and her sister came back. The family, it was so cool to see. But David Harbour as Red Guardian stole the show for me because I like him as a great actor and he was awesome for this movie. So I can't wait to see more of him. For kicking up for my number 30 pick, it is Thor, Love, and Thunder. And for one thing, I want this movie to be more higher on this list because the movie itself was fun. I like it. Taiki Wakini did well to direct this movie. But this movie itself was fun to see how the sense of humor of Thor was beyond the end of Endgame. He got back in shape, and Jane Foster came back. She got canceled, but this whole thing itself changed. The biggest thing that I did like from this movie was Christian Bale as Gold the God Butcher, the most terrifying villain. So yes, this movie was pretty cool to see all those other characters we saw like Suze and everything else. Was so cool to see some of these fun heroes. So kicking off at number 29 is an animated superhero movie, DC League of Super Pets. This movie was cute. It was fun, really entertaining, but was a fun animated film. It's like The Secret Life of Pets, but superhero kind of a movie. But it was cool to see all of these animals have superpowers. For number 28, it is Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is a fun movie. I liked it a little bit. The story itself was pretty cool to see how this movie is somehow involved with the beetle itself turned into this superhero to this guy as Jaime Reyes become the new superhero as Blue Beetle. The movie itself was fun. The story aspect of it, decent. But yeah, pretty fun movie. For number 27 is actually Puts Up Prey. And for one thing, I actually had a fun time watching this movie because the story itself was like a Suicide Squad kind of a movie, but more like a female lead kind of a movie is. But this movie itself was awesome. I like the story of it. Margot Robbie was amazing as Harley Quinn. I want her to come back with future for more DC films like this. But yes, it was a fun movie. For number 26, it is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. When I first saw this movie when it came out, I liked it, but the story aspect of it was a bit kind of different because we have a tumor, we have a lot of other things got involved with Shuri become the next mentor for Black Panther. I thought it would be someone else play as Black Panther, but we have Shuri pick up the mantle as Black Panther. But it was actually a fun movie. I liked it. For number 25, it is Mobius. And Mobius itself was a cool, Sony first movie to bring in the whole story aspect of this vampire, doctor. As Mobius, Jared Leto played him. I like him because he's a great aspect of the character arc of Mobius. But yeah, I like it. It was a fun movie. For now, 24, it is Shazam! Fury of the Gods. And for one thing, this is really high on the list because for one thing, I like it. I like the story. And I love Shazam. In this movie, we have Wonder Woman came in throughout the whole film. She wasn't in a lot of the picture in this movie because it's more of Shazam's story arc. But this movie actually does involve with other demigods and everything else. But still, it was fun. The story aspect was really fun because this movie was funny. Because we have Zachary Levi that played Shazam was a great choice. So hopefully we'll see more Shazam for the future for the DC films. So yeah. But number 23 we are going to pick is actually Venom Let There Be Carnage. And to be fair, this movie was fun. I like it. It was a decent film. I love how they brought in Carnage as the main antagonist villain. As Woody Harrelson that played him. Wow. Venom is back. Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock somehow was amazing. This whole movie itself was fun because I love Carnage as a great villain for Venom and also part of a Spider-Verse kind of a movie because Spider-Man has the two biggest villains, Venom and Carnage, but they have their own movies. That's why this movie was so a bit entertaining. 22 is actually Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This was actually the movie that I watched back in December. I like it. It's a fun movie to watch. It's this movie of a brother movie like Aquaman and the Ocean Master. It has a fun brotherly relationship beyond with those two, and this whole film was wild, but it was fun. And then for number 21, it is the Suicide Squad movie of 2021, the newest one that was rebooted This movie itself was pretty fun. I like the story. I love how they got involved with this whole Rick Flag and James Gunn did with this movie was so great. But I really hope to see another Suicide Squad movie like this for the future. Peacemaker was in this movie. John Cena was awesome because, for one thing you have to say, you can't see me as Peacemaker. But yes, for number 20, they made it as Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. And to be fair with you, I like this one because I love the story that part in Kane the Conqueror. And it has a fun, good story involving with Kane and with Ant-Man and Wasp and the whole family went into this quantum realm. Somehow, Kane actually was introduced into this movie because King is supposed to be the next biggest, baddest villain for the MCU, but they scratched that off already. But this movie itself was cool to see the story aspect of Kane the Conqueror. For number 19, it is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. In this movie, I like this one because Doctor Strange has to actually have a second movie. And this movie took so long to come out because the story was cool. I love how they brought in Wanda in as more of a villain as Scarlet Witch because she somehow they experienced right after the events of WandaVision. But this movie itself was cool. I love how they did sea blocking. But this whole movie itself was so cool to see Doctor Strange interacting with Wanda, and somehow this whole movie turns into this like creepy, horror, action-like movie. I hope to see a third one, make it more a little bit more creepier, more scarier, to see more Mephisto. That could be awesome to see. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys want to see Mephisto in the third Doctor Strange movie? A little bit more scarier? Let me know in the comments. For number 18, it is Spider-Man Far From Home. And to be fair with you, I like this villain, Mysterio. Great villain, great actor, Jake Gyllenhaal. Great choice. I like this movie a lot, but it was a decent film. For number 17, I chose The Flash. I want this movie to be more higher on this list because this whole movie itself, the story aspect of it was fun. The CGI of the whole costumes was a bit overwhelming. But the biggest thing that I did like was actually Michael Keaton in this movie. But this is more like a Flashpoint paradox of a movie. Like, I thought this movie could be more fun if they actually had more details, more of a good story. But yes, this movie came out last year. I enjoyed it. But number 16, it is Ant-Man and the Wasp. And this movie was a bit more better than Quantumania because this movie has more sense of humor. Like, I like the story of involving bringing Janet Van Dyne back from the quantum realm with Hope and with Hank and Scott Lang. I love Paul Rudd a lot as Scott Lang. Great choice of the actor to play him. Like, this movie was fun, but really, really awesome. But number 15 is actually Black Adam. Yes, this is actually on the 15th spot. Like, Black Adam was a great film. I actually did enjoy all of these heroes. Dwayne The Rock Johnson played really well as Black Adam, but I love how they did that at the end credit scene with Superman and Black Adam, because that's the kind of a movie I like to see. Superman versus Black Adam, Fury of the Gods. That's kind of a movie to watch. That'd be two awesome gods. Black Adam going up against Superman. That could be a great movie to see. For number 14, it is Black Panther. I love the first Black Panther movie because I love the story, how they will introduce Black Panther from the movie Civil War. And it continued on with the story of what happened to his dad and everything else, that he become the next king of Wakanda. And so he take on this villain, Eric Killmonger. So he took over for a while of Wakanda, but this whole film itself was a bit awesome. For number 13, it is the first Venom movie. I love the first Venom. I love how they introduced Eddie Brock as Venom itself, because the symbiote is the most biggest plot point for Venom and from Spider-Man 2, because it's all connected. That's why I like this movie. Number 12 is the first Aquaman movie. I love the first Aquaman movie because I like the story. They introduce Aquaman, everything else, Noah, and everything else. Ocean Master Willem Dafoe is in this movie too. Like I love Willem Dafoe. He's a great actor. But this movie itself was fun but really entertaining. So yes, for number 11, it is the first Shazam movie. I like this one due to the story and the whole concept of the villain Mark Strong played well in this movie. Like I love Mark Strong. I like this movie a lot, but it was some moments in this movie that didn't bring in the aspect of the story arc. For then now we are actually now in the top tens. Here are some of the best movies that I liked of the year. Number 10 is Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. I honestly love this film because I love the story. I love the concept of the villain and everything else involving with this whole mix-up. Shang-Chi went back to his land with his dad and Kal Lao. Like, this movie itself was awesome. I like it a lot. I love the story aspect of it. The characters was cool to see bringing in some newer heroes in the MCU. For number 9, it is the Joker movie. I like this movie a lot. I wanted this to be in the top 5s, but it never did. But the Joker movie was insane. But it was so cool to bring in Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Curry, as the Joker. And I like this movie so much because Arthur was a great choice to bring in the whole story aspect of this movie. It was cool. I love some of the screen moments throughout the whole film too, because it's somehow connected to the Batman universe. For number 8, it is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie. I like this one due to the story from the previous one into the Spider-Verse movie. Like this movie itself was cool to see tons of other Spider-Mans. And currently now I'm watching all the Spider-Man movies, so that's awesome. But Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I like this movie. I like the story of it, but it was insane too. Like the other whole film, Miguel Diaz, like the main antagonist, Spider-Man of 2099. Oscar Isaac played him. Great choice, by the way. Hopefully to see and Beyond the Spider-Verse next. Can't wait for that one. For number 7, it is the Batman movie. I actually did enjoy this one a lot. Fun story, great actor, Robert Pattinson, great choice of a good hero. The villain was awesome, the Riddler, and everything else, the Penguin. Every other villain was in this movie, but came out really strong. I love this movie. A lot of great story, great aspect of it. But number 6 is Avengers Infinity War. And this movie was so awesome. I like the story. I love how they got involved with Thanos. Finally get all the stones and turns out to wipe out half of the universe of all the heroes with a snap of his finger. And that's it. I'm still here, so that's perfect. But yes, for number now the top 5s, we have the Zack Snyder Justice League. And this movie was awesome. Like, I love he added so much details to this movie. It is a 3-hour movie, like Endgame is, but this movie came out strong. We got a bit more about the whole heroes, how they add so much other details to this movie to bring in the whole story of Darkseid, the most conquerable villain, like Thanos level. But Darkseid is the most biggest, baddest villain in the DC movies. But I like the story. Steppenwolf came back as a really big upgrade, but it was so awesome. For my number 4th pick is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I like this one. I like the story of this movie too, because it is somehow really connects to all the other Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Like this movie did send out Star-Lord finally can be with his family. Everyone like left the team, but it came out really well. I like the story. Probably one of my favorite movies from last year. But it was an amazing story. I love it. And Adam Warlock came in. I like how he came in this movie because I've been waiting to see Adam Warlock For number 3, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And oh my goodness, like I love this film so much because the story, Miles Morales, everything came to plan. Kingpin was the biggest villain to this movie because somehow he killed the Miles Morales' old Spider-Man. Then Miles Morales become the hero as Spider-Man. But this movie itself was amazing. Full 1-0 up. And yes, it was Avengers Endgame because I sort of really enjoyed this movie a lot because great story. The whole time heist was so awesome. Like, I love how they did with this movie so much. It took so long to put this movie together. It's another 3 hour movie due to what happened, the events of Infinity War and everything else. So the Avengers went back in time to stop Thanos. But things came back with a hit. Thanos from 2014 came back to the modern days in this movie. But it was insane. This was the best movie from that year of 2019. For number 1, it is Spider-Man No Way Home. And yes, Spider-Man No Way Home was the greatest movie of all time. I love how they did with this movie. Like, all of these heroes, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. Wow, all of those villains from those universes came to this earth and somehow took on all the Spider-Mans. And I'm currently on it right now, but No Way Home is awesome. And that is my ranking of all 36 superhero movies from the year of 2018 to 2023. Thank you all for coming into But's Video Reviews. Thank you. If you guys want to interact with me more often, you guys can subscribe to my channel down below for more videos to come. If you want to be notified by my videos, be sure to hit that notification bell icon as well. Bye, everyone.